Today's question that we're going to answer is, what should investors know about climate change? Now, climate change to a lot of people means a lot of different things, and let's take all the politics aside and just assume that the data is correct, that our climate is changing over time. What people typically mean about this, and what the experts typically mean, is that as we continue to burn and consume fossil fuels, it's having a bad impact on the environment overall. So if we assume that that is true, then we want to take a look at, well, how do we protect ourselves personally and from an investment standpoint about climate change? Well, if you boil it down and you think about it, if oil and gas, for example, hydrocarbons, things that we are using for fuel and other products, if that's a finite resource, at some point, the global supply will come down. And as we continue to burn those things to transport us, to live the lives that we live, if it's having a long-term bad effect on the environment, then we should find ways to offset that or reduce its impact. Typically, this is referred to as alternative energy options. So it could be solar, it could be wind, could be fuel cells, can be any number of things. The problem with investing based on climate change is a lot of these technologies still are not profitable, and they're not well developed without significant government support. So as you look at your portfolio, as you're trying to make changes that will be protected or maybe even take advantage of climate change, look for earnings. So don't be looking at companies or sectors that chronically don't make any money. Whether that's wind or solar, doesn't really matter. Be focused on earnings. Be focused on revenue growth. Also dig a little deeper. Not a big fan of government subsidies over the long term. These businesses need to survive on their own. Another way to play this, oddly enough, which may sound a bit counterintuitive, is as oil and gas ends up slowing down in terms of supply and demand remains the same, the price of oil is liable to continue to go up, as well as gas. So if you wanted to have some exposure in energy, for example, that actually could be a hedge against some of the climate change investments that are out there. So today's question that we answered is, what should I know about climate change, and whether or not I should be looking at changes in my portfolio to take advantage or protect against this impact? Thanks for visiting our channel. We hope you found the information valuable. If you want to see more videos about investing, please click to subscribe. If you have any questions you'd like for us to answer, please send us an email to harvey@riagroups.com. We would love your feedback.